Yeah, Tuesday, 8 p.m., Chateau de Mars Hill Network Studio, whichever you choose. You know what time it is. It's time to get hard. It's time to get wet. It's time to snail trail or rub your ass on the carpet. I don't care. Everybody's got their own thing. It is another episode of Whitty Reviews tonight at 8 p.m. Boy, do we have a whole lot of docket, plus some drama that has happened in the last 10 or 15 minutes with a certain senator's wife, which we will talk about here in a second. So, what's going on right now? Vic in the chat, Brad in the chat, Drew in the chat. Oh, yeah, it is totally time to get bricked up, Vic. Let's go. I am quarter chubbed right now. And don't worry, by the end of the show, I will be full on hard. So, speaking of that will make me very flaccid right now. Bob Bosley, who is the president of the Indianapolis City Council, he has said he was not running for re-election, which we all kind of know that he's going to be running for mayor in 2027. Ducky in the chat, let's go. I've been talking about this for a long time. It's the rumor mill has been happening for the last year. Even before 2023, there was a chance that he was going to run for mayor, but our old pal Joe Hogsett, Hog Boss, Boss Hog, he decided he's going to run for a third term and won it. And probably doesn't help that Shreve is such a shitbag that he lost. Has actually lost pretty bad, because that's what happens when you disappoint your base and betray everybody. But he's saying he's going to serve out the rest of his term, and we all know what's going to be happening. That's because it is a few weeks away from the new year, and then now Tyler, make Indy great. That's right, Tyler, make Indy great again. Don't you worry. 2027 is going to be wild. All right, so I think we all know Bob is going to be in it. Ryan Mears is probably going to be in it. Don't be surprised that Fada Ghidorah is in it. If this whole redistricting happens, expect Andre Carson to run for mayor. Andrea Hunley's on there. Don't be surprised if Jesse Brown throws his hat into the ring either. D2 Indy in the chat. Guess what, D2 Indy? I've been waiting for you to get in the chat. Guess what is happening on December 31st? Bohachik 2.0. That's right. We are having the Bohachik Challenge for New Year's Eve. Get bricked. Next up. All right, so yesterday there was the statement of special power in the chat. Let's go. Waiting on Polly. Haven't seen them, though. So there are a lot of statements that we're giving at the redistricting committee, election committee for redistricting. One of them was Richard Bagsby. And you know what? I'm not even a Bagsby fan, but at the same time, I'm disgusted by this comment. Totally, this should be disavowed by the Democrat Party. LMAO, of course, have the cocoon get on there and tell white people it's not rooted in racism. Marion County is by far the biggest county with the most black people. Taking them and putting them in a district with people all the way down by Louisville is nothing but racism. Gross. How dare you call Richard Bagsby a cocoon? Democrat Party needs to disavow. It's gross. Also, I think you guys have been paying attention too. I don't have a problem with Marion County being split up 4 ways. I've always been on the fence of them getting split up. I think they should be split up multiple ways, at least 5, at least 5. Why? Because things that are in Broad Ripple aren't the same thing in Drexel Gardens. The same thing over in Franklin Township isn't it the same thing happening in Pike Township? So everything getting split up, I'm fine with that. And you're going to expect a black Muslim like Andre Carson to represent the people in Garden City? I don't think so. All right, so moving on from here, let's talk about Mike Bohachik. That's right. Found this over at Hannah News and then decided to repost it. So let's read together. As the OWI matter involving Senator Bohachik drags on, his 25-year-old daughter files a petition on June 20th to assume guardianship of her 14-year-old sister. Now, this is the 25-year-old daughter from the very first marriage filing guardianship for the 14-year-old sister from the second marriage. The petition notes that the biological parents, Michael Bohachik and Melissa Bohachik, are the co-owners of their family business, and due to changing circumstances regarding business, the biological parents have been anticipate and continuing to be absent from the family home for business purposes with increasing frequency and potentially greater duration in the foreseeable future. Both biological parents filed their respective consent to the petition at the end. A hearing on the petition is set for mid-August. I don't know about you guys. I want to know what you guys think about it. Does it sound like the parents are saying, hey, daughter of mine, I have the sky, Miss Sunshine over here. Business comes first. I think the oldest daughter will take guardianship of you. See you later. That's what it sounds like to me. What does it sound like to you? That's what I'd like to know. Hold on, did she? Oh, she did. She did reply back. All right, let's see. That was 18 minutes ago. I'm talking about. Okay, she didn't reply back after all. Hold on. Me and Melissa Bohachik are going at it right now. That's what's happening right now. All right, so Melissa Bohachik. Okay, so we go ahead and post this up. By the way, as you can see, the post happened at 11:47, and then at 3:48, there was an update with guardianship, not custody. That was our bad. Not guardianship. To be honest with you, I thought they were the same thing. It's like you're taking guardianship of somebody. In my head, you're taking custody of them. Because why would you just give up a guardianship then? But anyway, Melissa Bohachik, the wife of Michael Bohachik, goes on a little shitstorm. She's crying in the Facebook saying, your statements about me and my family are false, defamatory, and harmful. I am not a public figure. And your repeated posts spreading misinformation about my work, my family, and my children are completely unfounded. I'm asking you to stop posting false claims about us immediately. Okay, fair enough. The Facebook post was correct about the guardianship. The Twitter post at the very first post, not correct about the custody, so we updated it to guardianship. There you go. That's what a good journalist would do. I'm not a journalist. We're just shit posters on social media, giving the news and giving updates. Sure, we got one word wrong, but the facts are the facts, Melissa. We didn't even were the ones that posted this. We were not the ones that said, hey, guess what? This is happening. Do you want to know who said it? Hannah News. That's right. We weren't even the ones that posted this originally. This is from the June 27th Hannah News Legislative Insight. How do I know? Well, because I just threw down $425 for a yearly subscription. By the way, better than any kind of gossip rag that is out there. This is actually the truth. And one might say, well, wait a minute, Whitty. Wait a minute, indie reporter. Are you sure that's true? Well, let me tell you what. That's why we go to the facts. That's right. On my case, it shows right here. Douglas Beach of filing appearance behalf of the petitioners. Verified waiver of notice hearing. Waiver of bond requirement for the consent to guardianship by the relative. Wow. And the guardianship of Lucy Caroline Bohachik. Wow. Who's that? It feels like that's the daughter. And who's the petitioners? Who? Elizabeth Bohachik. By the way, this is all public. I can say whatever I want because this is the facts right here, right now. So who is Elizabeth Bohachik? Oh, I guess according to Hannah News, that would be the 25-year-old daughter. Who is Lucy Bohachik? According to Hannah News, that would be the 14-year-old sister. Well, we know that Mike Bohachik is married twice to having two different baby mamas. So what does that mean? That means that the judge did approve a guardian of the person over a minor granted. It was approved on August 18th right now. Surprisingly, though, it's not. It still shows pending. I'm not exactly sure why. But like Hannah News reported, they said that the hearing on the petition is set for mid-August. What is August 18th? Mid-August. So is it true? Or is it not true? Because according to my case and according to Hannah News, it is true. What was false about it? The custody thing? Sure. What was showed right on the Facebook post? Guardianship. Doesn't matter. And by the way, I have a few questions for you, Melissa and Michael Bohachik. What's up with the house over in Michigan? That's what I'd like to know. What's up with the IU Bloomington, too? That's what I'd like to know. Also, Mike Bohachik, what kind of fucking cuck are you taking a picture with Ohio State football wear? You should just step down from being a senator. You are a disgrace of a human being. You're a disgrace of a senator. Just get out and you are even a fake Republican. You were an elected Democrat. You should step down right now. Go into the wilderness and step down from being from a senator. I'm over it. And by the way, Melissa Bohachik, right here pictured with Frank Mervan. If you remember a week or two ago, all the right-wing people were saying, hey, guess what? $1.5 million. I believe that's what they said. That was given to the place that Melissa Bohachik works at. That's so weird. But then we went a little bit deeper. What is that show right there? Melissa Bohachik donating to Act Blue. And if you look at where it's earmarked for, it's earmarked for Frank Mervan. So now you have the wife of a Republican senator giving money to Democrats. Everything is fake. Everything is lame. I'm right. Shut up. Don't you worry. I have lots more questions if you want to keep going at it. All right. Rant over. Hold on. Who else is in the chat? All right, Polly's in the chat. There we go. Yeah, receipts is all that matters. Mouthwash talk. So true. This is what we supply more than everybody else. If we're going to make a claim out there, we're going to make sure we back it up, and back it out. But first, so Fairmap's Kayla Dwyer, Fairmap's Indiana Action, a super PAC led by Marty Obst and Carlin Yoder. We've been wondering where Carlin Yoder has. I know Drew has Wart for sure. Where has Carlin Yoder been at? Well, he apparently is the new treasurer for the Fairmap's Indiana Action, and they're planning to spend 7 figures in Indiana state primary elections next year, which it will be interesting because basically we have seconds on the bill, then we have thirds on the bill on Thursday. We have seconds tomorrow, then we have thirds on Thursday. Oh, good. Hey, you know what? Post that up, producer Johnny Suitcase. Drew is totally right. Isn't Drew right? And I found an article on this thing too, where it does show that Indiana natives Marty Obst and Carlin Yoder will serve as chairman and treasurer of Fairmap's Indiana Action. Yoder served as the Indiana chairman for the Trump Vance 2024 campaign as a former state senator, and apparently, allegedly, he is doing exploratory for Todd Young, like 4 years too early, basically. Hey, you know what? To each their own. But his sister is running for state senator because Kyle Where the Bodies Walker is not running for re-election. All right, speaking of dirty people, though, we have this Indian-looking dude who, however, shows white on my case. I don't know. Does a Star Wars name, Inderkeep Singh, sounds like a white person? I don't know about that. But anyway, Plainfield man faces reckless homicide charge in connection to a fatal crash in 2024. He was doing 93 and 35 moments before crashing into a car that was making a U-turn in the area of blank, blank, blank in June of 15th. Now, decided to look this guy up. Of course, he has a transport company. Dude, for real, go on to InBiz and just type in Amardeep Singh. You're going to see a whole bunch of transportation companies. It's actually kind of wild. I've never seen anything like it. I'm not going to go deep into the Jeep game, but I imagine that is really bad. Oh, but right here. Oh, yeah, this was Carlin Yoder. You know, I didn't know Carlin had a consulting company. It actually makes sense. I've always seen Cardinal Consulting on the campaign reports, but I did not know that was his because he's the president. Now you know. All right, but you know what the show is all about right now? Bills, 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 bills. Yeah, you know what? It is wild. It's wild how much traction you get for having zero affiliation with any media outlet. It's so true, though. God, I love it. It gets me so hot and bothered, so nasty. All right, so King of the Trust chart, Andrew Ireland, has filed a House joint resolution. For what? Provides that circuit court judges and prosecuting attorneys may be impeached for crime, incapacity, or negligence, or impeached or removed from office as prescribed by the law. The proposed amendment has not been previously agreed to by a General Assembly. God, I love it. Stick it in my veins. Give me more of all this accountability for prosecutors. Why not? All the other statewide elected officials, they can be impeached, including Micah. But prosecutors can't? That's so weird. No. Joint. That's true, Drew. I did actually say joint. That's my bad. I said House J Resolution 1. I can no longer say joint. I will put a shot collar around my lower regions, and then I will get shocked every time I say the word joint. There it is again. All right, so Speaking of terrible bills, though, from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum, Lonnie Randolph, who seems to glitch out a lot because he is old, has a bill for privately made firearms. Defines a privately made firearm and other related terms, makes it a level 5 felony to possess a privately made firearm. Listen, Lonnie, listen to me, buddy. If I want to make a 2x4 gun, I should be able to. If I want to get a 3D printer and make this giant ham sandwich Yosemite Sam gun, I should be able to. Don't take away my right to make an explosive device. It's only my hands, right? Well, I guess it depends where it blows off. But all right. And continuing the dumb bills, Andy Zay, who is up for IURC commissioner right now, he is in a small list. Apparently, he might be in like the upper echelon of the maybes. He has a bill to make the breaded tenderloin sandwich as the official state sandwich of Indiana. Okay. All right. Dissolution of human remains. Brett Clark sponsored this bill, or he authored this bill because last session he actually sponsored it with Mark Genda. Now, Mark Genda was the group of douchebags who said, you know what? We should repeal the death penalty. And what I say to that is you should be deported by catapult for trying to repeal the death penalty. But apparently what this does, instead of like cremation with a torch or a heating bin, this would like melt your body into this pudding, into this goo called alkaline hydrolysis. I did listen to the bill. I guess it got reassigned to commerce and technology because originally it was in health and provider service. Oh, it got moved to the Senate. That's why. It passed the House. Actually, who voted nay on it? Based Ireland. Oh my God, that's so awesome. How can you not love this dude for reals? All right, who else is it? This freaking crazy broad and Michelle Bohachik or Melissa Bohachik. I don't care. They're both stripper names. Let's see. A couple of other. Wow, actually, my shipbag state rep, he actually voted no on it too. I figured he liked the goo. Wesco, man, surprisingly, a lot of Republicans actually voted for this thing. Garcia Wilborn. Wow, interesting. Anyway. Well, I gotta switch screens. Every time I hear the ding, I know you guys can't hear it, but every time cookies. Every time I hear the ding, I have to go to Facebook. I'm like, all right, Bohachik, you want to do this with me? Listen, I have the receipts, okay? Do not make me push out the receipts. I will. All right, moving on. Anatomical gift. Now, Mark Genda, of course, he is coming from the funeral scene. I think he's actually a funeral director. I think he has like a whole funeral hall, but he is all about dead bodies. This guy is like Morticia. I think he is a mortician, actually. Like Mark the Mortician. I think that's what it is. Mark the Mortician. I think he is. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I know he has something to do with that. But anyway, provides that a violation. I don't know what this bill is all about. I just thought it was funny. Like the word anatomical is really funny to me. So I figured I'd throw it on here. It alters who can make an anatomical gift with respect to the body of a descendant. It provides that a person may, under certain circumstances, invalidate an anatomical gift. So I'm guessing like, hey, my son has died. I'm going to let you have their body. And then someone's like, actually, you can't do that. Because the anatomical gift is like, I think it's like like organ donor stuff, right? Or like using your body as like Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing, where you're like a doll, and then you're just trying to play a dead guy. I don't know. Sounds rude to me. Also, so posted this up over on Twitter, possibly Facebook. I can't remember exactly, but this is the State Administrated Retirement Program. Now, what this would do, establish a board to design, establish, and operate a state administrative retirement program that automatically enrolls in a private sector employees. So say, hey, I don't have retirement. Well, now the state wants to establish a state administrative retirement program for the private sector. First off, no. Second off, no. There is no reason for the government to get into the private sector for retirement stuff. This is obviously a game to help out investors and bankers and people that are into the pension funds, because they're going to be getting fat fees. They're going to be getting fat raises to help out the private sector for people who may or may not want to have a retirement plan. Here you go. How about you be an adult and then you figure out how to get a retirement plan? It is 2025. You just Google it. The last thing that I want to do is trust the government with a retirement plan when they're talking about investing in cryptocurrency. Can you imagine losing your entire pension because some dipshit from the state invested in Fartcoin and got rug pulled? See you later, 401k. That is going to be happening. I'm already predicting it. All right, various probate matters. Speaking of Mike Bohachek and the Bohacheks, there was a hearing today on Senate Bill 71, and it establishes the Guardian Code Revision Task Force. Now, I had to go and do a little Google, or not Google, but ChatGPT. Before that, I said, ChatGPT, draw me like your French women, because I just want to know what is going on with this bill. And the one sentence summary is the bill modernizes Indiana probate law by simplifying how minors' money is handled, clarifying trust and power of attorney rules, reducing unnecessary court involvement, and launching a study to update guardianship laws. I think this passed 8-0. 8-0? I'm pretty sure it passed 8-0. Now, for all you ladies out there, Shelley Yoder again has filed the sales tax exemption for menstrual discharge collection devices, aka tampons, aka the tube, the cup, whatever it is. You will not have to pay 8 pennies for the sales tax on menstrual discharge collection devices. That's what she wants to do. Actually, what's the fiscal on that? That could reduce state revenues by an estimated $5.8 million in 2027 and $6.4 million in 2028. Okay, so this is actually interesting. In 2025, the state received $10.6 billion in total sales tax revenue. That is interesting. That's a lot of sales tax revenue. Good call, Ducky. Good call. So the state collected over $10.6 billion in total sales tax revenue. I'm gonna save that. All right, hold on. All right, I got that. I'm gonna put that on Twitter and probably Facebook in a little bit. All right, so funny enough, on Lakeisha Jackson, she is the black senator over on the east side who, when she was for the council, or when she was on the council, she was very like, hey, we need to make sure that the Signia Hotel helps black people become millionaires. Listen, I want to make sure people are becoming a millionaire off of this job. We're going to be helping black folks, is basically what she said, paraphrasing, of course, at the city council meeting. Yeah, they still can't fix the potholes, D2 Indy. Now, I thought this was funny. This bill prohibits a landlord from doing the following in connection with an applicant's application for the rental of a rental unit: obtaining or using a tenant screening report that includes information that is obtained through a hard inquiry to a consumer reporting agency or to a specialty. So basically, she's mad that people, I don't know, I'll have to look into this a little bit more, but it sounds to me that she's mad that people with bad credit can't get into an apartment. Oh boy, it's almost like I have to make sure that I'm going to get paid so I don't have to spend a shit ton of money on lawyers to evict you. I would want to make sure, and Lakeisha, I don't know, I'll have to look into this. I'm just speculating right now on this bill, so put the banner down there. I'm speculating on this bill only because I have watched Lakeisha Jackson for like the last couple of years, and I know her demeanor. It's all about mud blacks need more money, and mud blacks need to make sure that they get handouts, and mud blacks need to make sure they get publicly funded money from doing shitty work on $1 billion hotel. And speaking of, so they were, I don't understand this one. Preservation of election material extends the time from 22 months to 60 months. So it'll put it out from just under 2 years to 5 years. I don't know. This one was funny from Lakeisha Jackson. Oh, does it have it? All right. States that a healthcare provider report concerning the performance of an abortion that is submitted to the Indiana Department of Health is a medical record, confidential and not subject to disclosure as a public record. Personally, I didn't even know if that abortions could be public record. Like, you know what? Maybe this wouldn't be a bad idea for online dating. Maybe there should be like a drop-down menu for how many abortions that you've had. And then in that drop-down menu, it should be like, are there enough to get a free Subway sandwich? That's all I got to know. Is it but for the Subway, is it a half foot or a full foot? That's what I want to know. What up, ninjas? JG went for in the hizzle. Let's go. Okay. House Bill 1049, coverage for doula services. I don't know much about doula, but this sounds like a very bad idea. Democrat Vanessa Summers, who once called Hunter Smith a snack, true story, by the way, requires a state employee health plan, policy of accident and sickness insurance, and health maintenance organization contract to provide coverage for doula services. Requires Medicaid pregnancy services to include reimbursement for doula services. So they want to put doula into Medicaid. What is a doula, by the way? Is that the person who helps you have a baby? Oh, instead of having a doctor there. Oh, man, it is one hell of a picture. Hold on. I got to see this picture from Wikipedia. This is a wild picture. What the fuck is that? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's wild. Also, mixed kid. Huh? Oh, you can't even see it. That is a white woman, and not sure. She's pushing on the back. Is that how a kid is born? Let's see. Applying pressure to a pregnant woman during labor. It looks like she's giving her a nice back rub. I don't know. Never seen a doula in action. Okay, so it's home births then. Sometimes. People in the chat, does this involve a kiddie pool as well? Sometimes. All right. Producers tell me sometimes. It's just a midwife. Oh, okay. Thank you. See, thank you, Bilberry. I appreciate that. Why do we have so many different names? I don't get it. Is this like an aristocrat thing? Oh, okay. They're certified differently? So, like, you're a doula, and there's like a hierarchy of it, of like helping a pregnant woman? I was like, no, I'm actually a doula, not a midwife. I am a barber, not a haircut person. All right, anyway, enough of the pregnancy stuff. All right, so where were we? We got up the abortions, the doula. All right, proposition bets. I thought this was funny from Andy Zay. So basically, it would not allow college athletes to bet on the games that they play. God, did I just get rid of it? Yeah, I did just get rid of it. Hold on. Okay, so it prohibits a certificate holder or vendor from accepting a proposition bet from a collegiate athlete in a sport. So if you have like some college athlete, they're not allowed to bet on the sport that they play. I thought that was already illegal. Now they're making a bill about it. I mean, how many times have we seen like NFL players get suspended? Or I think even recently there was a college kid that was that got in a lot of trouble for betting on. College guy betting on games. Wasn't there like recently? Yeah, college athlete. I thought it was a college football player. Let's see. Oh, wow. The NCAA voted to allow college athletes to wager on professional sports. Dude, for real? I thought this was illegal. I thought you weren't allowed to do this. Did they change? This was just last month. The NCAA voted to allow college reverse. Oh, it's a reversal. Okay. Oh, okay. Because of the NBA thing. Division I leaders approved allowing to bet on professional sports. Later, voted in favor as well, while Division II can smaller universities. Okay, so what the freak? So they're allowing it, but then in the state of Indiana, they're not allowing it? I'm going to have to get Dan Dakich on this one because I need to know. What's that? Doulas are non-medical. Midwives are medically certified. Oh, no shit. Okay. Well, that makes sense now. It's astounding how fast the world is falling into the shitter. So true, Ducky. So true. All right, so this was interesting too. All right, you guys are gonna love this one for the education bros and gals. So Senator Byrne, he put up a bill. It's not even the teacher licensing that I'm laughing about. I'm laughing about the classroom instruction. In Part 3, it says the bill requires public schools to incorporate the importance of waiting until marriage to begin having children. This is so funny. Hey, okay. What are the grades on there? Oh, they are on there. The bill also The bill also requires mandatory civics education course provided to students in grade 6, 7, 8. Hey, children, listen. You can't be penetrating. All right, you cannot be banging each other out. But you know what else is important? Securing full-time employment. You know what else is important? Obtaining at least a high school diploma and acquiring additional training and preparation for the workforce. This bill cracks me up because for everybody in the chat or anybody that's listening right now or watching, like we all know this. Like, yeah, probably shouldn't have kids unless they're ready for it. Yeah, having a full-time job, pretty good idea. Wow, having a high school diploma so I can make sure I can secure a full-time job, not a bad idea, actually. Hey, thank you, school. Thank you, public education. Oh, man, I love it. I'm saving this one, actually. I gotta, hold on. I'm clipping this thing right now. Well, actually, hold on. I'm moving it over. Why won't you come out? Tab. All right, there we go. I'm moving it over. I got to make sure I clip this thing for tomorrow. All right, syringe exchange program extension. Now we have the needle exchange because nothing spells great for drug addicts than changing out their needles so they don't get the herp or whatever. Where are you? There you go. High school is all I could tolerate. It's true. Same here. Dude, I couldn't wait to get out of high school. Like, for real. I could not wait. It was like, once I knew what I was going to be doing for the rest of my life, I'm like, all right, I got to get out of here. Dude, I'm just going to do the bare minimum. I just need enough to get that dumbass piece of paper. Then I'm scooting. I'm moving out of here. I'm going to go do my thing. I'm going to do a whole lot of coke and hookers. I'm going to spend the weekend in Vegas. It's going to be so good. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Vic. Don't eat yellow snow. Why is that not in the curriculum? Do not poop outside if there is a toilet around. Yeah, wash your hands after you get done doing number 2. That's all. All right, so they want to extend the syringe exchange program, which is basically the clean needle program, for what it looks like. All those drug addicts that are wanting to get new needles, they're just like, actually, listen, we need to make sure this is taxpayer funded. We need to make sure that we're helping out the druggies. Someone think of the poor heroin addicts, would you please? Also, a bill on grooming, which honestly, I don't know. If Bilbrey's still in the chat, was there not a grooming bill last year? I thought there was. And then Cassie Jackson was like, oh my God, Micah Beckwith. Oh, they're coming for you, Micah Beckwith. Cassie Jackson freaking the freak out. By the way, Micah Beckwith is allegedly supposed to be on the Mouthwash show at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with allegedly Rodney Pohl and allegedly Mike Young, bass Mike Young, king of the execution by firing squad, Mike Young. All right, so wait, what? Oh yeah, grooming, unlawful employment by a sexual predator, unlawful entry by a serious sex offender, sexual grooming. It renames the offense of inappropriate communication with a child to sexual grooming. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So they're going to name it grooming instead of inappropriate communication with a child. I swear to God, I thought they had a grooming bill last year. Hold on, I gotta find out. I really thought that they had a grooming bill last year. Stand by. Huh? I could have swore that they had a grooming bill last year. Oh, crap. All right, I'm not going to look this up because you have to go through like advanced search and all this other crap. I could have swore there was one in 25, though. All right, let's do 25 to 25. Yeah, select all. Hit enter. Boom. There we go. Okay, yeah, and it was from Durdlick, actually. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it was. Hold on, I found it. Hold on, stand by. I found it. Boom. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Niemeyer's on it? Wait a minute. No. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking of the wrong person. Who am I thinking of? Niazdowski. Is that who I'm thinking of? Niazdowski. It wasn't he the one who was like trying to flirt with some girl? Oh, God, my freaking. Yeah, David Niazdowski. Yeah, when he's like messaged that girl and he's like, I love you. Listen, I've never felt anything like this. Dude, I know I have it somewhere at Senate Bill 91. Thank you. Yep. Thank you, Bilberry. Yeah, Dernlick had it, didn't go anywhere. It was just added by co-authored and authored by a couple of people. Very interesting. Do you guys remember that with Niazdowski? I want to see if I can find it real quick. How do you spell his name? I want to make sure I get this right. Dude, there was one, somebody actually like had the recording of him doing the voicemail. Hold on. Dude, this is so funny. I'm going to make sure I put it in the I'm going to have Johnny Suitcase put it in the chat because it's so freaking funny. Oh, what the crap? Ugh. All right, whatever. I'll find it later. No big deal. All right, so moving on. Where am I? Boom, bam, beam. Grooming, and various education matters. I already did that one. Public Works project. All right. Provides that a contractor employs 10 or more employees on a design build public works project must provide its employees access to training program applicable to the task to be performed. Dude, can you imagine hiring somebody, 10 or more people for a public project? And they're just like, actually, I need to get training on what we're about to do as well. Dude, this is government in a nutshell. Hey, guess what? Maybe you should know how to do the job before you actually do the job. There's an idea. Isn't that part of the bidding process too? Like when you hire somebody, like you don't want to do on-the-job training when you're getting a public works job. Public taxpayer-funded public works job. But if there's 10 or more people on the job, hey, guess what? This is for the union. Is that what it is? Oh, is he really on the Bohach? No shit. He's on the grooming bill too. That's so funny. This is for the. Is it really for the unions? God, this is so annoying. I hate it, dude. There's no reason for that. Provides that a tier 1 or tier 2 contractor that employs 50 or more journeymen must participate in an apprentice or training program that meets certain standards. Oh my, who wrote this? Timothy Wesco? Dude, I got to check his campaign reports now. I have to find out who gave him money because this did not come out. He's a pastor, isn't he? Or a reverend or something? There's no way that a reverend or a pastor comes up with this bill by himself. You know what I'll be doing tonight. All right, speaking of Blake Dorio, hey, for all you self-storage bros out there, I'd like to get your opinion on this because it looks like they're wanting to change the code addressing the removal of renter's motor vehicle, trailer, or watercraft stored in a rental space at an owner's self-storage facility. Feels like there's a story behind this thing, and I would like to know what. All right. That's that. All right. Interesting bill because remember, all right, so this has to do with the IU Board of Trustees. The bill amends the membership of the Board of Trustees of Indiana University. I want to know what the story is behind this bill because remember, Braun appointed like 3 or 4 different people for the IU Board of Trustees. One of them was Isaac White, I think, and then the other one was that Sports Center chick. I didn't have a chance to go into this bill and exactly what this does. Hold on. This bill requires 3 members of the Board of Trustees to be elected Indiana University alumni. Oh, so they're wanting to make sure that the university alumni. That's interesting. The university librarian is responsible for conducting. All right. We're going to have to look into this bill. Because I want to know. Is this trying to go around Braun? Actually, I'm going to do this right now. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Biggity bam. And then I'll go to ChatGPT. My thing says I'm timed out with how many ChatGPT things I can do. So I'm just going to log out and put in and go into another one because that's how I roll because I have multiple Google accounts. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh man, they made me log back on. That sucks. Hold on. I know this is the boring part, but trust me, this is gonna be worth it. All right, which one do I want? I want the Witster with the hard R. Oh, give me the Witter account with extra wit. Tell me, try the new personality. That's creepy. All right. Well, that's thinking. Bam. All right. Exemption from certain healthcare mandates. This is from Jim Lucas. He says prohibits an individual from being required to inject, receive, or an injection. I'm sure this has to do with the COVID vaccine, would be my guess. Oh, shit, they are. Oh, yeah, they are. This is perfect. This is perfect. Bill, we got to make sure we talk about this. All right, what the bill does changes who sits on the IU Board of Trustees, the cost of administration. Oh, no, wait. Why is this significant? It reduces appointment power traditionally held by the governor and gives alumni a direct say in the university governance. Sue Glick is mad at Braun, probably for the appointments of the IU trustee. Who else is on there? Also Greg Walker. So two people who are against redistricting are trying to go around Braun and say, you know, those IU Board of Trustees, we don't like the way that you did it. We're actually going to take away that power. It's so funny, right, Bill Bree? That is so funny. Glick and Walker are just whipping their big old Walker out, their Glicks out, and they're saying, actually, guess what? They're giving the Braun the middle finger and saying, we run the show. I'm the captain now. This is so funny. Dude, I gotta post this for sure. All right, I'm going to save it for right now. I'm totally going to be posting this on Twitter after this show. All right, so Jimmy Lucas had that. But we all know what's going to be going on right now. This bill right here, the Beckwith bill. This would give power away from the convention and only allow the governor, well, not so much the governor, but whoever wins the primary for governor to appoint a lieutenant governor. Now, we all knew this was coming because of Micah Beckwith. We all knew this was going to be happening. They did the same thing with the superintendent for it to be appointed. At this point, why even have a convention? Because that's the only things that people are really paying attention to right now is the lieutenant governor. Just get rid of the auditor. I mean, screw it. Why pay how much was it, John? Like $200 something to even get into the convention? Just have Braun do the appointments. I'm over it. If that's how we're just going to do things from now on, is that because McCormick turned into a Democrat and then Beckwith pissed everybody? 150. Well, whatever. Still a lot of money. All right. And pre-kindergarten and childcare, this is something that I've been hearing from Democrats for a long time. We need to have taxpayer-funded pre-kindergarten and childcare. And don't forget, Fadi Kadora is also the same guy who wants to raise local income tax. What is that noise? Oh, sirens. There's cops. Am I getting swatted? Actually, I better keep an eye on my cameras just in case. Oh, there's the doula. So yeah. We got some time. Let's look into a couple other into some other bills. We got time. I'm just over 5 minutes early. We got the election of the IURC commissioners, which we all knew was going to be really weird. I don't really care, to be honest. Township shelter, Lakeisha Jackson amends the definition of shelter to include any other form of dwelling accommodation that the township trustee determines is safe. So basically, they're wanting to use the township as a shelter. Yeah, exactly, D2 Indy. Here's a thought. If you can't have a kid, or if you can't afford a kid, keep your fucking legs closed. And for the guys out there, make sure you pool. So, pool and pray, bros. Pool and pray. All right, prohibition of ranked choice voting. I think we talked about this one. People in the chat, I want to get your opinion on this. Because in the bill, they never talk about conventions at all, because that's how it works at the convention is ranked choice voting. So are they wanting to get rid of, or just want to make sure Indiana never has ranked voice voting or ranked choice voting, or they want to get rid of it in the convention as well, which would be very interesting, because if that's the case, that's another Beckwith bill. Here we go for Brad. I'm sure you like the library, the budget one, right? Let's see, fiscal body to review the proposed budget and property tax levy of a public library that is not comprised of a majority of officials who are elected to serve. Oh, okay, cool. Hashtag books. Hashtag poon books. Let's see. We got that one. We got that one. Remember, all the bills, the filing deadline is on Friday. So next week when I come back, we're going to be doing more bills. Dude, everybody's going to be loaded up. But the thing is, a short session, you can't have anything fiscally. So I don't exactly know what they're going to do. Dude, all I want for Christmas is a firing squad. Is that too much to ask for? Like automatic firing squad. I heard there's gonna be another firing squad bill coming up from from someone that Bilberry doesn't like. Actually, no, I think that's the wrong person. It's not that person. Dude, I loved your shirt, by the way, Bilberry. I was dying. Yeah, wood chipper. Yeah, can we just do scrap the firing squad, just do wood chipper for child rapists or child beaters. Child murderers. That's all we want. Oh, wait. Are there two of them? There's not two of them, are there? Oh, dude, there's two bills. No kidding. All right, hold on. We got one for who? From James Tomes. Really? There's two IURC bills. Oh, let's look at the other one. Who's the other? Ah, crap. It'll do. Boom, bam, bing. Okay, server initial tome. Okay, wow, this is way different. This is way more complicated. Okay, let's see. Wow, the bill provides nonpartisan election for so they want to do an election for the 5 members. 1 member of the IRC must reside and represent the central 1/3. 2 members of the must reside in the northern. Oh, wow, they're actually building a rule book to have IURC commissioners be voted in. Candidate for election. Oh, they're wanting to do IRC. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is the most dangerous thing that you can do because you're going to have all these. Imagine a bunch of Jefferson Shreves as IURC commissioners or the biggest puppet in an IURC commissioner. And I know some of you guys are like, oh, well, Braun appoints, so that might be. Yeah, but there's going to be all the utility companies are going to go ham. Yeah, more power away from Braun. Probably. That's actually a good point. Johnny Suitcase for sure. Johnny GOP. Johnny Media Pass. Oh, actually, hold on. Speaking of Johnny Media Pass, dude, did you guys see Nikki Kelly? I really want to talk about this because I almost want to go and speak on a bill, so I will be brought up. Because what John. Here we go. Where is it? John, right here. Johnny Suitcase. He testified yesterday on the redistricting bill in support of it, and Nikki Kelly, for some reason, was like, John Schmitz is now testifying. The Braun's administration recently gave him a media credential. Weird. No mention of Ethan Hatcher, WIBC host. No mention of Rob Kendall, WIBC host. No mention of Richard Bagsby, state senator candidate. No mention of Jim Bop, Mr. Bop, Mr. Creepy Touchy Guy. Not just kidding. Jim Bop, he was on there. All these other people, but you mentioned one person, John. Well, that almost makes me want to go testify on a bill on a very and a sexy bill. I'm talking about something like redistricting. At the Nikki Kelly goes like, Steve Whitmer now testifying in support of redistricting. He recently called a bunch of women fat, and somehow the Braun administration gave him a media credential. He also said that a state representative told her, hey, go back to your trough, pigger. But Braun administration gave him a media credential. By the way, all very true. I did call Maureen Bauer a greasy pig, and she needs to go back to her trough. The brown bat. Oh, it's so true. Dude, for real, D2 Indy. If that thing gets a hearing, I will be there. I will say, what are we doing here? Hey, I see you, Victoria Wilburn. Hey, I see you calling the Capitol Police and making false statements about me. Make sure Nikki Kelly brings that up too. Why don't you? All right, hold on. All right. Did she respond back? I think she did. Did she? Let's see. Researching now. Good Lord, they're just writing their own freaking fiction. Is this an actual journalist or just some troll? You should talk to a lawyer. Oh, she's researching now into a lawyer. Dude, fine. Go for it. I know it's going to get expensive. I may have to do a GoFundMe for lawyers, but dude, it'll be so worth it. Let's look at the let's see. Never called herself a journalist, by the way. Is this an actual journalist or just some troll? You should talk to a lawyer, girl. This lunatic clearly needs some consequences. Researching now. Dude, do you want your entire family exposed out in the public? Because that is what I'm willing to do. There are a lot of questions that I have. Like, hey, what's the 25-year-old doing with a house over in Michigan? Hey, why is it that the ex-wife took custody of the middle kid with Down syndrome? That's what I would like to know. But also uses that same address that the oldest daughter has the deed to in Michigan. There's a lot of questions that I have right now, and trust me, I will be asking them publicly. All right, so just to wrap this whole thing up, don't forget there is the 20-minute rundown with Indie Reporter on Wednesday and Friday. I don't know if I'll do it anything past Friday. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Bilber. It is true. It is some very strong questions. But anyway, make sure you check out the Indie Reporter rundown. 20 minutes. You know how it works on Wednesday and Friday. Also, no Saturday show. And I have a Christmas party to go to. So it will be Friday night at 9:00. So make sure also Bohopchik Drill 2.0 on December 31st it's either like 8 or 9 o'clock. We'll see how much I can drink before I pass out. Hopefully it'll be past the midnight hour. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Love you guys. Bye.